Well, not a whole lot's changed here this morning in terms of that forecast, at least the evolution of how this system is going to be unfolding as we get into the next couple of hours. Going to be picking up the showers by this afternoon, but it doesn't really become heavy until we get into tonight. But once that rain starts to transition to that wintry mix, that's when we'll start to see those roadways going downhill. We're expecting some accumulations. It's just a matter of how much and of what here as we get into tomorrow morning. It's going to be a mix of that freezing rain, sleet, some snow as well, all on top of each other. So those roadways going to be a little bit tricky to say the least as we get into tomorrow. Here's the latest look at Future Track as we get you through the rest of today. Largely no big issues as we go throughout this morning. Temperature is just on the mild side, a little bit of cloud cover, but the rain doesn't really start to work its way down to the ground until we get into about 3 and 4 o'clock, maybe an hour or two delayed compared to where we were at this time yesterday. But as we get into this evening, again, notice those temperatures starting to fall up north first, but still looking at some moderate to even heavy rainfall. I can't even rule out a few rumbles of thunder as this system starts to push on through. As that cooler air continues to move on in by 3 o'clock, again, seeing that transition line starting to work its way further south and east, there's going to be a bit of a snag here in that southward progress. That's what we're expecting by about sunrise tomorrow morning. But eventually the cold air wins out and all of us going to be looking at snowfall by midday tomorrow and throughout the afternoon. And then we get ready for that single-digit weather headed our way into the overnight hours. Here's another way of looking at things, because ultimately it doesn't really matter whether it's snow, sleet, or ice it's falling. We're going to see impacts, and most of those going to be along and north of I-70 as we get into your Thursday, especially out on those roadways. In terms of snowfall amounts, we're thinking 4 to 7 inches up north of pretty sharp gradient, though, of about 2 to 5 inches. It's going to depend on how much of that sleet mixes in. And then you think about all of this is going to be sitting on top of a thin layer of ice. Might see a few more icy problems between about Columbia and Jefferson City up toward Fulton and down toward Lake of the Ozarks. So a mixed bag, to say the least, in terms of those problems that we're tracking all the way through your Thursday and likely spilling over into Friday with those overnight lows dipping down into the single digits.